framed this thing? Oh yeah, it's me. What's up, everybody? This is Melvin the Maker. This is True Vice Studios, and today we're gonna trim out this opening so that we can put in a closet door. All right, so before we get started, let's just run down my process and how I do window and door casing. If you see my previous video, I like to build my frames and trim out my openings before I start them. So kind of like a prefab type deal. So the reason why I like to do it that way, more accurate, your frames are sturdier, and you can build a lot of them, multiples of them rather quickly once you have a good system in place. So what I did upstairs was I went an inch wider and I went a ½ inch taller so that I can fit inside of that opening.
Okay, moment of truth. I lied. I actually messed up the opening. I was supposed to make the opening 80 3/4 inches to the finish opening. Instead, I went 80 1/2 to the rough opening. So I'm about an inch too short. See in the bottom of this label, it says 80 3/4 high. That's supposed to be the inside of the finished trim.
Hey guys, so remember when I said that it happens all the time? You get the opening wrong? I got the opening wrong. But don't sweat. This is what we do. No such things as problems, only solutions. We're gonna keep going, we're gonna build the frame, we're gonna case it out, and then I'm gonna show you how to fix this issue.
All right, this gives me an opportunity to show you what you can do if something like this ever happens. So we'll start with squaring off my jambs, and then we'll build our frames.
My inside dimension wants to be 48 inches. That's going to give me a nice reveal all the way around the door. So what I'm going to do is cut my horizontal piece, or the header piece. I'm going to cut it exactly at 48 inches so that when I put the frame together, my opening is exactly how I want it.
So our width is going to be 48 inches exact because we're doing 2 bifold doors at 24 inches each. And we're going to be 79 3/4 inches tall to the finished inside dimension. Once we have our top header secure to the side jambs, we can get our reveal set. I like to always go with 3/16 inch reveal. As long as you keep it consistent, you can go with 1/8 to 1/4, but 3/16 is the happy medium that I always go with. If you're wondering how I keep my frame from flopping all over the place, I make sure I put in a spacer on the bottom. I just nail it through the back side, and then you can take that off after. Here's a little pro tip for you. Don't say I never did anything for you. You're welcome. Luckily for us, all we gotta do is hook on the bottom of the frame, and that'll get us right to where we need to be so we can get our dimensions for our vertical moldings. Now that we got our vertical dimensions, I like to lay my 2 left and right pieces right next to each other, facing in the same direction that they'll go in on the frame. I like to mark them left and right, and I like to make a mark on them so that I know in which way they're oriented. Tip is, the less you move your chop saw, the more accurate your cuts will be. The more you move them, the less accurate, the more chance that you can throw the saw off of calibration. So instead of moving the chop saw to the 45 degrees on the opposite direction, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer the mark to the back side of the piece. I'm going to flip the piece upside down. I'm going to make sure I mark it so I know which way it's going, and I'm going to make my cut. Now I got my 2 pieces cut to length. I do another check, make sure I'm at 45 degrees, and then I just nail it on those marks that I made earlier to keep my reveal consistent. I have to make my top cut, a little dry fit, make sure it's gonna fit. Here's another secret sauce right here. Make sure you use glue, man. It just makes a huge difference. This frame will stay together for a very, very long time. Here's a little something about me. I've been a union carpenter for almost 20 years now. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I'm wearing a hat that represents my local. Let me see if you guys been paying attention. Go ahead and comment below what local number I represent. And if you do that, I'll reply back with the region that I work out of.
So you have it. So the advantage of doing it like this is the fact that I can control my miter joints. I can control my opening size, my dimensions. I can also cut all my pieces all at once. There's no guessing game. I'm way more accurate that way, and I'm fast. So you guys noticed this bedroom has a bunch of old windows which will be replaced. As soon as they come in, we're gonna replace them, and I'll have a video up for you guys so you guys can learn the fastest way so you can save time and money on installing replacement windows. Now you watch me put this frame in, and I am an inch shorter than what the manufacturer recommends. So if you want to see me install this closet door, in case you have that same issue, click on this video right here.
Anywhere you go.